Hi, I'm Sellout Omega. Before I start this video, I'd like to give a shout out to this video's sponsor, Deception Swag. Deception Swag, a high quality variety streamer, now has merchandise available on Teespring, with art done by iTwistTits. Look at this blatant Sonic meme ripoff.
You're too slow!
I'm not entirely sure what this person is, but since it's Deception, I'm almost positive it's a trap. Get your quality Deception Swag brand hoodie, shirt, or mug today! Disclaimer, if the shirt comes and is trash, it's not on me. Go blame Decepticon, preferably on his Twitter, @DecepticonSwag, or go right on his Twitch, at twitch.tv/DecepticonSwag. Don't tell him I sent you.
Alright, so boom! It's Big Mad Omega back at it again months later with another video, coming live from the center of Corona in the motherland, New York. Just to say it one more time, stay inside, wash your hands, stay safe. Anyway, yesterday, that is March 30th, 2020, Mount & Blade Bannerlord, the true sequel to 2008's Mount & Blade, finally dropped in beta after almost 7 years or so from being announced in late 2012. And I'll be the first to say, a brother been waiting for this game so long. OG Mount & Blade and its expansions are among my favorite open-ended RPGs, period. Whenever a game like this comes around, it's always a breath of fresh air compared to all the narrative-driven single-player games that drop throughout the year. And my hype was definitely, led me to wanting to actually make a video about this game after getting a chance to really sink my teeth in. Before I start, I'd like to say my nostalgia goggles are 100% off. I played Warband mod all weekend before Bannerlord's release, and I'll be the first to say this game looks dated, but I needed the perspective to compare the two games. Since the game is a beta, I'll start on the technical end, and this right here is a mixed bag. I'm running a Ryzen 7 2700 clocked at 3.6 GHz, a GTX 1070, 16 gigs of DDR4, and running the game off a non-OS SATA SSD just to provide context. I'll say it now, I had 0 issues in my entire first 7 hours of play. I say 7 hours, but I left the game running while I was AFK, and it didn't break on me after I returned to play either. Even better, I managed a rock solid 60 FPS experience in basically every understandable gameplay moment. Understandable meaning without having 1,000 odd NPCs on my screen doing the most. In my experience, the game just worked out the box after I dropped all the settings to medium. But then there's that mixed bag. See, I went looking on Steam's community hub for tips and tricks, as I do, and I was more than surprised to see half of everyone big struggling with the game. Corrupted save files, random menu crashes, bad performance and stuttering. If it's happened to you while playing Ark Shitfest Evolved, it's happening to people trying to play Bannerlord. But for as many of those posts I saw several other posts claiming that they, like me, had no issues at all. So who was in the right here? Nobody. With PC gaming, there are so many configurations that too much can go wrong. And the game is a beta, so all we can do is wait for a patch from Tailworlds. But I wanted to start the video with that for anyone looking into purchasing the game. There is a solid chance it won't work out for you at all. Now on to the core gameplay loop. Bannerlord is a non-stop grind to get you to the final goal you set for yourself. That isn't to say there are no guiding factors. Something I was surprised to see once the tutorial completed was an actual story quest or something akin to it, to discover the origin of an artifact from some kind of battle in the past. The quest isn't really something you can follow haphazardly because it sends you halfway across the world looking for random nobles, but it was nice to see. Sometimes games with zero direction can confuse goal-oriented players because they don't know what goal they're working toward, and the quest is entirely able to be ignored or skipped entirely by picking the sandbox mode at the start of the game. Then we have combat. Okay, so deadass, I just be swinging my sword back and forth until the enemy in front of me stop moving. It's easier to do when you have a shield, but it's reasons why I'm not here to play this game online. You feel me? I can't give you any intricacies or tips or nothing, I just swing on folks. For that reason alone, I have the combat AI set to poor, which is this game's easy, I would love to set it higher, but once I switch it from easy to regular, I get stomped out by basic enemies, so it's slow for that. So don't come looking to me for combat. Then there are quests, which is where I think this game truly falls short so far. I've seen about 3 types of quests available. There's the ever-present kill quest, where you go beat the brakes off of bandits, gang members, and civilians. The fetch quest, where you bring people a certain amount of an item, or the intimidation/talk quest, where you go bully people into doing what you want for money. The problem isn't really in the subjects, it's in the variety. Too many of the quests are similar in their dialogue and execution, and for that reason it's not an improvement in that area over any of the older Mount and Blade expansions or Mount and Blade itself. But I can only speak on that so far, since I haven't really gotten to a point in the game where I'm a lord's vassal or a rebel of any kind, really any kind of different faction that would get a different quest. I am definitely hoping more quests come through. Another area that's fallen short for me is troop control. While it might have been wrong for me to expect a completely overhauled battle command system, I at least expected improvements in the current system. But it's basically the same as OG Mount and Blade. Something I always felt like Mount and Blade needed was the ability to pause the battle fully to issue commands. Instead, I end up fumbling through the command menu for different divisions in the heat of combat. While I get that specific control is for simulation, it's also more than true that it'd be pretty easy IRL to just point at a spot and yell, "Yo, y'all in the back with the bows, go there. Y'all with the swords, go there. Y'all on the horses, get the hell off them hoes, you cluttering the battlefield." So I do feel that a tactical view of some kind would be more than welcome to the game. Of course, that's not to say that they haven't done anything right. Graphically, the game is more than appealing enough for what it is. That is to say, in my case, a big ass battle simulator. I cranked battle sizes up to 1000 and joined in the siege of a castle. I ended up dropping to about 6 FPS, but once my frame rate came back up, it was just fun to watch. That also is another notable improvement over the old game. Gone is the 150 cap in the base game. The game can now handle 1000 people on the battlefield out the box. There's also plenty to be said about how the map is handled now, though I do miss having the ability to just ask where a specific lord was. The progression system, which was pretty confusing at first, is also much more in-depth than it was before, where all you would do is level up and hit plus stat on a specific stat. The entire experience as a whole playing the game felt better than playing Warband did, and there really is a lot to love about this new game if it works for you. So to sum up my initial thoughts, the game is definitely a diamond in the rough with all its technical issues and sparse content, but I don't regret my $40 purchase, and I'm probably dropping 80 hours in this game by next week. At the very least, it has what everybody loved about the original Mount and Blade single player, with better graphics and bigger battles. We're all quarantined anyway, so why not try out this release if you have the chance. This is Matt Omega signing off.